that not like for food?
What are you guys doing?
Oh, here.
We have 5 minutes until we're live.
Oh, she'll start. Let's go, let's go, let's go. I'm coming. You ready?
You ready?
Yeah.
Girl. One time.
Okay.
Should be good.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, girl.
What? Why are you be so rough? God.
You're a mess. What'd you do?
I don't know.
Worry on wrong?
Baby.
All right, I think we're good. Ready?
Okay, let's do this.
Smile. And going live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to DC Live. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to come and join us for this.
We are so excited to have all of you here, but we know there's probably some people still getting settled. So what we've done is we've got an amazing video for you. It has jam-packed information and even some deals.
So stay tuned, don't go anywhere, and we'll be starting in just a few minutes.
Hey guys, Dorothy and Marlis here, and we just want to pop in and give you a lot of information.
So let's talk about the different points of how we can assist each and every one of you.
First, we want to remind all of the existing stylists that if you refer a friend and they complete their certification, you get a $200 hair credit on your account. And no matter how many stylists you refer, you will continue to get $200 credit for each one. But that's not all.
I'll tell you, Dorothy, I actually took advantage of this a ton for years when I worked behind the chair, and it saved my butt a few times having that credit on my account. Because we know that life can get tough with family and bills, and sometimes having that credit that never expires at your fingertips really is just such a huge weight off of your shoulders.
So let's talk about the stylists that have taken one of the courses but not the other. So either I-tip and tape or K-tip and weft. Both Marlis and I firmly believe that being certified in all 4 methods is really a key to success, and let me give you an example why. Say that you are I-tip and tape certified, and a potential client calls. She currently has K-tips in her hair, but wants to switch to wefts. You try to talk to her about why she could choose I-tips. She says no thank you. I've had all the methods and wefts are best for me. That's what I want. So now you have 2 choices. You can either let her know, I'm sorry, I don't do those methods, and you just lost a client because now she has to go find somebody else. Or 2, you can ask her to give you maybe a little bit of time to get certified and hope she'll wait. But no matter what, you're gonna run the risk of not being able to book that client.
But if you're certified in all 4 methods, and trust me, we know that we all have our favorite and least favorite, but if you have that knowledge of all 4, you're prepared to remove or install any method requested. And we truly believe also that knowledge is power, and knowledge also eliminates fear. And we are here to help you be as successful as humanly possible. If you need anything at all, please don't hesitate to reach out to both of us. You can reach us at marlis@dreamcatchers.com and dorothy@dreamcatchers.com. And we hope that this finds you healthy and happy, and we hope to talk to you soon. So if you guys can't tell, I'm kind of the goofball of the group from those first videos, but you know, when it comes to education, Dorothy and I actually take this very seriously. We're very passionate about what we do. So we really wanted to come on here tonight and share a lot of our experience that we've gained. Between the 2 of us, we have, I think, almost 27 years of extension experience.
A lot of years.
Yeah, we've done tons of research. We're very, very passionate about this, and we're also passionate about sharing that with you guys. So, you know, what do you have to say?
We're just so excited. We've got 4 beautiful models showing all 4 of the all 4 of our methods. So you're going to be able to see each one of us do all of the different methods. And if you have questions, throw them in the chats and put them in there because we want to answer as many questions as you guys have. But before we get actually too into it, we like to have some fun. Do you think we should give prices?
I think we should kind of set
A couple?
surprises.
1 or 2? Okay, let's go over to the price table.
Yes. Let's come over here.
And we'll go on this side.
I think
Let's
we're
see.
giving Courtney. We're giving out a case first, right?
Oh, coming out with a bang.
Yes. what this is our 4-in-1 case. And actually, Denise, follow me real quick. I want to show them what this looks like on the inside. This is going to have everything that you need to do all 4 methods. It's going to have all of your tools. It's going to have all of your training hair, capes, clips, your color swatch, amazing tools. It's almost going to have everything you need. So we want to give this away first. This is a $4.99 value for online and $5.99 for hands-on. So let's see what name that Courtney gave to you to receive.
I got the secret name. I got the secret name.
Okay, here you go.
All right. So our first and best prize, in my opinion, is going to go to Miss Tara Reed. We don't have a crowd, so we'll be our own crowd.
Yay! No audience here.
Tara Reed. So you won our first education giveaway.
So what we guys, that's live. You're gonna have blunders. So what we need you guys to do if we call your name for a prize, you're going to DM us. Make sure we have your phone number, your email address, and your physical address, and we'll get it sent to you. If you're a stylist or a current student barber, you can win this. If you're not and we called your name for it, just let us know and we'll send you a different prize.
All right, what's next?
You get to pick the next one.
Courtney, what are we giving away next?
Curling iron, curling iron.
Curling iron.
This one.
Oh, right here. Oh, same.
Same thing.
All right, so we have the amazing Fabulous curling iron.
I didn't do it.
Yahtzee. This is the extra long barrel, which when you are working with extensions, generally speaking, we add all that length, right? So sometimes the shorter curling irons can be like a hassle. It takes us forever. So really getting a long barrel curling iron is going to be ideal and pretty much make it so much easier. You can probably do it in about half the amount of time. So we have the beautiful Fabulous curling iron. The name is on its way.
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay.
Natalie Wallace.
Woo! Go, Natalie. So Natalie Wallace, you just got a long barrel Fabulous curling iron.
Yes. And then Courtney, what is our next prize? A boxy charm. All right. Now you have to give us a winner for this. This is really cool. It is going to have, I believe, 5 full-size makeup or beauty type products in it. It's really cool. I used to have this for 4 years.
Looks like Oklahoma.
Looks
Like the state Oklahoma.
A little shortened version of it.
All right, so this one is Anna Isabel Torres. Is that right? Anna Isabel Torres. Sorry if that's butchered. Sorry in advance. So Annabelle Torres, you just won the boxy charm.
All right, guys. So DM your information to us. Make sure that we have that information. We give it back to Courtney. And we also want to let you guys know, if you decide you're not currently a stylist with us and you want to get signed up, our call center is staying open till 8 p.m. tonight at Central Standard Time. We're in Texas, if y'all can't tell. And the number is going to be 81855-DREAM-TEAM. And that is 855-373-2683.
Cool. Want to just get to it?
Let's get some hair. Yeah. Y'all got any questions for us? Because if not, we'll just get started. We have one of each system set up. So it's going to be really great because we'll give you tons of demonstrations.
And if you guys don't already know, we are both sides of the hand. We're right-handed and we're left-handed. So I'm the right-handy, I'm the righty. So anybody who's left-handed, you definitely want to use Marla. She is a great tool and a great asset because we didn't forget the left-handers. We kept everybody in mind. But obviously we know we're dominant with the right-handers. But we've got both of them. So whichever one you want, and if you guys want demonstrations on each system with both hands, just shout out to us and we'll totally do it.
For our media crew, which by the way, guys, me and Dorothy both want to give a shout out to our amazing video crew and our staff that has worked like so diligently hard to make this happen. And so we want to thank them very much. But hey, they're saying the audio is a little bit low. So
turn it up.
So maybe we might need to, does this help? We'll see if that helps. And adjusting our mics just a little bit. So, do you have any questions? Courtney, if you see any good questions, shout them out at us.
I see how to determine how many packs when ordering each one, multiple colors, highlight, low light, base. That's a fabulous question because our model Abby here is actually the perfect candidate for it. She is a dimensional blonde. So as you see, she's going to get blonder towards the top. And each one of her rows is going to vary in the actual color pattern that we're using. So we've already kind of prepped her, if I could organize it myself. We've already kind of prepped her and put in a couple of those rows, but you'll notice that the blondes are kind of every other because when you look, she's got the lower shades through here and then she obviously has her base. And then looking right here, you utilized, I'm actually using, I think, what was it, 4 colors. We're using the 711, the 814, the 812, and the 15. And the 15. So we're really kind of alternating between those ones, primarily keeping the deeper ones on the underneath and kind of doing a color buildup through there. So when choosing that, also don't be afraid to order an extra bundle because you never want to be low on hair. You'd rather have too much. So if you're in doubt between like, oh, should I do like 4 or 5 or 6 or 7, always go with your higher number so that you don't have too less of hair because it's a lot worse when it looks bad that you don't have enough rather than them having extra hair and they have hair to come back to. So, yeah, but I would say, I don't know, for your thicker hair clients and your longer density clients that you need, probably 6 or 7, especially depending on the look that they're going for. Shags are pretty popular, so you might get away with 3. I don't know.
Absolutely, 100%. And then sometimes if you are dealing with that like kind of short bob and they're wanting to gain a lot of length and they got a lot of density, that's when you might get in those higher packs, say talking about like 8 to 10 potentially. Those are pretty rare. Your average, I would say, probably usually falls between like 5 to 7.
And I think the more colors, the better because you'd rather be too blended. I don't ever put one color on anybody except for our lovely model over there. She's black on black on black. Even if they're just a very natural brunette, I'm always going to use at least 2 shades, if not more than that. I like to have that dimension because even, I mean, we call them baby lights because babies have the most beautiful dimensional hair, right? So that's kind of like what we like to do.
Absolutely.
Are you using 100% human hair? Abso-freaking-lutely.
Yep.
So all of our hair comes in 100% European hair. So you also want to make sure, which you learn in the class when you come, you want to make sure that it's 100% human Remy hair because Remy still means it has a cuticle intact. If it just says contains human hair, that could be 50% human hair and 50% synthetic, which is not going to be ideal because it doesn't go for heat, it doesn't react, things like that. So to answer your question, yes, it is 100% human hair. Ooh, what is it? Repeat it one more time. Ooh, I have my answer, Marlis. Do you want to answer or want me to do it?
Well, for me, really, it's the client's preference and their lifestyle. And I have some clients that I've even do a hybrid of both on them because they like the I-tips in the back because they are more easily reused because even our K-tips can be reused. But I've done both, but they want that seamlessness, like when you pull your hair back with the K-tips because they are so customizable. You can take them down from a full point to half, even to micro into thirds. What's your answer, Dorothy?
You kind of took it, so I'll just create something new.
Oops, my bad.
So I love K-tips. I think they have come with a bad rep, but we're here to break that because the keratin that we use is alpha keratin and Italian resin. The Italian resin is what's giving you that tackiness, and so it's actually a pure blend of that. And we also have the polyurethane, so we don't have a plastic lip. With ours, it's reusable, so you're gonna see it's going to be in a V shape and it's a little bit more flexible. That's gonna make it perfect for wrapping around the hair. So like Marla said, I like using them to the front if you cut them in like thirds or halves because it's ideal for the detailing. It's my ultimate favorite. And once you can do them right, you're like obsessed. You're like, everyone's gonna get a halo of K-tips.
And on the crown, it's great too. I mean,
Yeah.
K-tips
Oh, the
really
blending
mix
right
well with any method.
Yep.
Any method.
So if somebody has pretty fragile or broken hair, or like it's almost like a color correction, but like an extension correction of hair, I absolutely like to use the K-tips. If anything, like Marla said, in the top row, down here at the nape, so that you don't get those weird little short giblets underneath this, and then absolutely around the face. Like on Abby, she's beautiful, bright blonde right through here. So if I wanted to, I would probably add a couple of K-tips, getting closer to her face, without it being seen. The cylinders can be seen just a little bit. Oh, can you hear me now? The K-tips, or the I-tips can be seen a little bit more because they have that cylinder, whereas the K-tip has hair actually going through the keratin on the top. So no matter what, it's always going to look more natural with the K-tip than it will with the I-tip if it blows and gets seen.
Yes.
So I think I just repeated everything Marlis just said.
I just saw that
without an accent.
Yeah, you're missing the southern accent. I just saw one person asked, do we have someone with a weft already installed? We do. Actually, here on Sapna, I'm about to do a bump up on her. I'm going to do a bump up on both of her rows, but what we decided we want to do is we're going to go ahead and add one more row at the top as well. I think I need an extra set of pliers.
Oh,
I may not.
do you want to steal mine? I can talk while you work.
Oh, wait, you have a set in your hand?
Yeah.
Oh, there's another one. Josh, can you
Here.
give us another
Here's
set?
mine. I'll talk. I'm good at talking.
She is good at talking.
We do have, we notice on your Facebook people do hybrids. Yes. So how do you determine when to do a hybrid? That's a fabulous question. So when do you determine to do a hybrid application? I would say when they need best of both worlds. So like Marlis's models over here, they're both a horizontal system. So the wefting, which is a full curtain of horizontal, whereas the tape-ins over there, they're miniature weft. So they still have a little bit of movement, but they still give maximum density because it's horizontal. So this is going to be your absolute max density with your weight that you add, and then next is going to come your tape-ins. Then you're going to have your I-tips and then your K-tips. These are both vertical methods. So these vertical methods are always going to have more movement, but don't build up as fast. So really kind of just depending on what you're going for, if it's a correction, if they've got dense hair, you might want to add wefts, but right towards the front, they might have really fine hair and can't handle the weight of a weft up there. So we're going to throw in like a K-tip or an I-tip that's a little bit smaller, lightweight, and I can individually pick what hair I want. So, yeah.
100%.
Kind of good. Yeah. Anything else? Let me look.
I'm a hodgepodge. I love a hybrid. I've never just one method. This time I actually only have 2 in my hair instead of my normal 3 methods.
Oh,
I didn't mean to bump
good
you.
Lord,
The
man.
violence today. Let's see. What about natural hair? Can you be more specific? What do you mean about natural hair? Because I could go a lot of different directions with that
We've got
question.
answers for that.
We
Hair
do.
extensions.
We should know a little bit more context.
Yeah. Cool beans. I know.
She's blonde, but I ordered a rooted blonde. Oh, blending and placement with blondes. She like loves that.
I could do that.
I'm the vivid. She's the blonde queen.
So I would probably want to do both K-tips and I-tips. I feel like that's the easiest to get the most dimensional blonde that you could kind of ask for. Can you achieve it with your wefts or your tape-ins? 100%. But when I'm looking for that dimension, that movement, and really creating that blended of colors to where they're like, I don't wear extensions. This is all natural. I like to do these 2 methods because it moves just like their natural hair does. Now, when we're looking through here, even if she wanted to go a little bit blonder, that's okay. But I wouldn't just choose all of my like DC 15, 16, 17, or anything like that, because those are all too solid. She would have to be like a baby light kind of highlight, almost like a platinum card, to be able to use those type of colors. But when you're looking through here, she has some previous history down through here, so it is a little bit darker, but then she's been probably working towards getting that blonder. But she has this different color variation. So you want to build up to create that color, create that look that she doesn't have. So when I'm looking at this, if I want to mimic what she has, I'm going to mimic her color. So I would put my lightest blend from here to here. That would be my first thing that I would do. And then I would put her dark with her dark. So that's if I'm trying to mimic exactly what she's doing. But if she wants a different look, whether she wants to look brighter or be a little bit on the deeper side so her blonde pops, if she wants to be on the deeper side, I'm going to go opposite. I'm actually going to start to diffuse. I'd probably do like 2 darks, 1 light, 2 darks, 1 light. So that way it's majority covering up the blonde that you see. And if she wants to be blonder, I would do opposite. I would do 2 blondes to where it hits on top of this dark, and then 1 light. 2 blondes, 1 light. With her, we're pretty much doing, since we're working with those different shades, you'll notice this one's going to be my 812. That is going to be my lightest color for the blend. And then when you look right here, this is my DC, actually a closer one. This is my DC 15. So if you get super close on here, from far away, they might look the same, but when you get close, you can tell this one's a lot more solid and this one's a lot more blended. So even though she wants to be lighter, I still have to keep it blended. So creating your bold lightness in with your blended lightness. I hope that answered your question. I kind of ramble sometimes.
She does, but I love her anyways.
Oh, pliers. Need them.
Do we have any other questions? How long does the natural hair have to be to use extension? Really, honestly, that varies. I have done it on hair as short as like 1.5 inches. I actually had a woman who found out she had cancer when she was like 5 months pregnant, and she wanted to be able to take family photos with her son. She didn't know what her outcome was going to be, and she didn't want to wear a wig. You know, it's Texas, it's hot. And so I basically almost created her a permanent one. I'd use the half points of I-tips. When you do have very short, fragile hair, you want to customize the extensions. And all of our extensions are customizable, and we could talk about the different ways to do that. But we just did it all throughout. We did a little bit of tapes on the top to cover up, and then we did a couple of our crowning glories to be able to place over the top to give her that coverage. So even pixies, I've done pixies before. Are they challenging? 1,000, can I say the bad words? Fucking percent. But if I can't, oh well, too bad.
How
but
did you drop the first F-bomb and not me?
I don't know. I guess I just did.
Fucking
But
rude.
like, yes, are they a challenge? Yes, 100% they are. And they're ones that will make you sweat, maybe cry, lose some tears. But is it possible? 1,000%. It just takes a lot of care.
And those are kind of, I think, the most rewarding ones, is the ones you have to like struggle through, and you're like, I fucking hate
They
all
really
this.
are. They're the ones at the end of the day that make you go, I freaking love what I do, man. Like, this is incredible. Like, I love my job. So,
Yep. Most rewarding by far.
why do some clients have damage from extensions? Ooh, this is one of my favorite subjects. It is all comes down to, it is a partnership between the stylist and the client. I can do the most bomb-ass install on Sapna, and everything is perfect. And if she walks out the door and she doesn't take care of it when she goes home, she's going to destroy it and she's going to damage her hair. It's important to make sure that you're not applying too much weight onto the hair, the client's natural. It's important to make sure that you're taking nice, clean sections, because if you don't have a good foundation, shit's going to fall apart, okay? And then you always want to make sure that you educate your client, that you send them home with every tool that they need to be successful at home. And that's when you're going to have clients that you actually see their hair grow. Because if you think about it, when they're wearing extensions, like, they're not messing with their hair as much at home. So, you know, it's like a bad hair day with extensions is better than a good hair day without. Trust me.
Absolutely.
At least in my world, I know in mine and Dorothy's world, that's the way it is. So it really is a partnership between both of them. And sometimes I've had to have hard conversations with clients about like really breaking down and asking them what their routine is from the time they wake up to the time they go to sleep. If they're really rough, I will hand them a hairbrush and say, brush your hair in front of me, because it gives me the opportunity to see what they're doing wrong. So, hope you guys are enjoying it so far. How many hours does it take to do a full head or length on thick hair? You know, honestly, that really depends on the method. You know, the individual methods are always going to take longer, just because you are doing each individual strands, versus the horizontal methods go a little bit faster. And they're a great way to build that density quicker as well. So a lot of times if I do have someone with really thick hair, I tend to lean towards maybe even mixing the two, but building that density up through here with the horizontal method, and then maybe use an individual on the top and around the face. It makes it a lot easier, because if you have thick, dense hair and you're doing an individual method,
They'll be here for a minute.
it's going to take you a minute. You know, it
Yep.
could be easily 4 to 5 hours. So,
I agree.
yep. Two to
I gotta get closer. I even have my contacts in too.
And we are going to have a few little baby commercials coming up soon. Everything was created by our amazing content team. Again, like we love these guys. We love working with them. They make some
Wouldn't be here
amazing
without them.
stuff. Yes.
They make some amazing, and they get to see us be dorks and listen to our voices all
more.
the time. I feel so bad for them.
It said, how long does K-tips usually last versus I-tips? So how long do K-tips normally last versus I-tips? So when it comes down to it, the hair is going to last the same. You know, if you take really good care of your hair, you're going to get at least a year plus out of the, you know, the longevity of that. The difference is the actual bonding. So one's hot and one's cold. So the I-tip is immediately reusable. So you don't have to wait for it to come back and get retipped. So with the K-tip, since you're bonded onto your hair, it's going to be on there for roughly 4 to 6 months. Usually they're coming in at about like that 3 months, and then you're going to either have to have your second set or send this set in for a redo, what's it called? A retip. That's what it's called, a retip. So once we do the retip, then it comes back. So we always say kind of have 2 different heads of hair, so they're never waiting. So the hair is going to last the same, but you're going to replace the K-tips a little bit more often, or at least exchange them in comparison, because the polyurethane tip on our I-tips is extremely reusable. The hair is probably going to give out faster than the polyurethane. So I think that's pretty good, right?
Definitely.
Do you offer to match textured hair? Do you offer hair to match textured hair? Yes, as of now, we've got 4 different methods or 4 different curl patterns, but you're just going to have to wait till after this commercial, and once the commercial goes on, we'll answer.
Marlis, do you think they're back yet?
I sure hope so, because I got some prizes over here that we are ready to give out.
Just after this commercial, right?
Absolutely. Better hurry back.
Did you answer the how long does K-tips usually last versus I-tips? Okay.
We're back.
Hello.
We're back. So now that you're back, I'm going to answer a question, and then we've got some more fun coming. So do we have hair that can match different textures, I should say? Yes. As of right now, we have our 4 different curl patterns. We have our straight, our wavy, our medium curl, and our tight curl. But we are actually coming out with, it will be 3 textures, but we do have one that's going to be a little bit tighter of a body wave, and then we're going to come out with 4A and 4C. So that is in the works. It's going to be launching soon, so keep your eye out for that. So hopefully within the next 6 months or so, we're going to have every single texture that you can kind of think of, or at least blend together to make them match. So do you have anything to add?
No.
You want to give away prizes?
Let's give us some prizes.
Yeah, I'm tired of talking.
Then
All
we'll
right,
then
let's
we'll
look up. Let's see.
Okay. All right.
Positions, please.
Yes. Courtney, what's our next? Okay, so earlier I said DM if you win a prize. Actually, instead, email socialmedia@dreamcatchers.com. That's where you're going to send your address, your name, your phone number. Is that all of it, Courtney? Yeah. Perfect.
I would put your first and last name on there too, maybe.
Yeah,
just to make
first and
sure,
last. Yeah, definitely don't just do one. Okay, what are we giving away first, Courtney?
because some of those email addresses are wild.
Oh,
That's a freaking great one. Oh, it's the most disguised box in there.
it is a very disguised box, but I promise there really is a Dyson in here.
You'll just have to open it and find out.
Yes.
Ooh.
What do we got?
Our winner is
Ooh, Emma
Emma Clark.
Clark.
Oh. Can't get too excited.
She's trying to knock out the lighting.
My bad, my bad. Emma Clark.
Okay.
So make sure you email us all of your information. Don't bring your social. We don't want your social security number.
Yes.
We just want your email address, phone number, and that kind of stuff. So Emma Clark, go for it.
Yes.
What's next?
A flat iron. This is the Fabulous Flat Iron. This is the nano titanium. I love this because you can get very close without going up to the bond and really get it nice and smooth. I love this flat iron. It's phenomenal.
I like it because it's super smooth.
It is
Doesn't get
really
very
smooth.
often.
It's very, very smooth.
Not gonna lie, I won't be able to say this no
Let
matter
me see,
what.
let me
So
see.
I'm gonna let Marla say it. I'll say it too bad.
Sierra Vassar? Is that Ciera?
Celya.
Oh, Sela?
Sela
If
Vassar.
I-
Mrs. Vassar.
If we said it wrong, I'm so sorry. I have a unique name too that people butcher all the time, and
Oh.
I just
I mean, I have an old name, so
yeah,
there's that.
little old lady Dorothy.
Yeah, I'm not Dot. It's Dorothy. Or D. Call me D. Good bottle. Oh my God.
I think we need to move this thing away from me because apparently I'm dangerous with it. Okay, I'm like a bull in a china shop.
I'm gonna
wait,
give
what's
away
the
this
next one?
I'm gonna give it away. You keep
Away.
grabbing it. The shark fin shears, but I'm actually gonna let Marlis talk about them because I think they're her all-time favorite, and she has them. So go for it.
Okay, one of the one reasons why I love shark fin so much, originally it started because, again, like she said earlier, I'm a lefty. And this is one of the only lines that has full lefties in pretty much everything they make because the owner is actually left-handed. And so, but then once I started learning more about them, they have a very ergonomical design that is good for the longevity of your hands. So yeah, they're great, but they do provide Band-Aids inside of them because
they are sharp.
ouch, I think I cut myself like 3 times. I've
Yep.
literally bled on this floor, sweat and maybe a few
too
tears
much
here and there.
information. Okay, anyways, our winner is Angel Trimpley. Angel Trimpley.
I think so.
You're the winner.
Yay!
So email us all your information so that we can give you these shark fins.
Yes.
Boxy charm.
I'll let you grab this one. You got that one.
Is it because they're over here? I'll grab this one. I'm already down. Boxy charm. So if you weren't here earlier, this is great because it gives you actual full sizes of different makeups and skin products, right?
Yes.
And so it's really cool because you don't just get that one trial. We use it for like 2 days. You're like, I can't tell a difference.
Yeah.
This is going to give you more full size, which is great.
Yeah.
Here, what's it say?
This is Rebecca Knighton.
Rebecca Knighton,
I hope I said that
you
right.
are the winner of this Miss Boxy charm.
Okay. All right, let's get back to
Yes.
some hair.
Cool. I think I'm gonna let you chill for a little bit, and I'm gonna go over to my K-tip girl.
Righty. Do we have any
How are you,
questions,
ma'am?
Courtney? Well, I just want to let everybody know what I am up to over here. I did an adjustment on her first row, but what I'm doing on her second row is I'm actually taking it out because we are going to add one more weft. She wants just a little bit more volume. So she currently has 4, and we're going to take her to 5. We're going to give her that Instagram va-va-boom hair. Because, I mean, look how gorgeous she is. She needs the hair to match. All right. And I want y'all to see, come here, Janice, come here closer. I want y'all to see how beautiful and satisfying this is. Just I love doing that. That is so much fun. And any hairstylist who says they don't, they're crazy. It's so much fun. Josh, can you give me a seam ripper? So, and then what I'm going to do is I am just going to take my comb, which I have misplaced. Do you have an extra? Can you grab me a comb too?
No, I have it. I have it.
You have it?
Come hither.
Oh, man. So, then I'm just going to go and take that little bit of shedded hair away. And what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to adjust it just a tad because you don't always want it sitting on the same hairs. Whenever you do refusions, you want to move it up or down a little bit. That way they're not always sitting on the same hairs. That's another way that you can avoid having that traction alopecia, is ensuring that you are constantly keeping them rotating throughout the head. That is what's going to keep their natural hair safe as well. I think I see something. Did y'all see the comment about the commercials? Cool. Just want to make sure you're ahead. Sorry, y'all missed the commercial. Let's see. Do we have any other questions? I can't read.
Let's see.
Can you see, Dorothy?
LOL, it's pronounced Celia or Celia.
Oh,
cool.
Celia.
You're so welcome. I see a good one. Where do you guys hold classes? So, so where do you guys hold classes? So we actually hold classes across the country, either in a professional salon. I feel like my hair's everywhere.
What?
My hair, just me, malfunctioning.
You're having air.
100%. Anyways, so we have classes both in professional salons and in different hotels in different cities. So if you go to our website, you're going to be able to see a live map that's going to tell you where the closest classes are and kind of who those educators are. Let's see, Bender, can you show that map real quick? Yes, this is amazing. So if you look on here, you're going to see little DreamCatchers everywhere. That's because we have classes everywhere. So as you can see, we've got Miss Adriana there in Arizona. She's in Arizona. There's Lacey over there. I think she's going to be in Florida then. So when you go in, sometimes there's going to say 2 or 3. That means there's multiple classes in that kind of zone. So when he goes closer, like right now, you can see he's kind of zoned in on California. You're going to see that Melissa or Rachel are having classes. One's going to be in San Diego, one's in Long Beach. So if you're driving from LA and you don't want to drive all the way down to San Diego, you can stop in Long Beach. So always check that. But if you also don't see a class near you, then you can request one and we'll actually come to you. If you get to have your class in a salon, or you're a salon owner and want to have the class there, you guys get little benefits as well. So it's absolutely incredible. You get classes, education, pretty much everything you need to know to be able to do all these systems and more. It's pretty cool, in my opinion. If I do say so myself.
Absolutely.
Let's see. Do you want to throw us a question? Does using K-tip extensions limit you for a few hairstyles? No. Do K-tip extensions limit you from a few hairstyles? No, not necessarily. It really depends on their lifestyle. So that's going to be one of your main things that you're going to sit down and have your consultation with. When you have your consultation, it's super important to ask all of those questions, like what is your lifestyle? How do you like to wear your hair? Do you wear it up a lot? Because really K-tips are going to be ideal for that because they have a 360 range of motion, just like I-tips. They're going to be suitable for any kind of hairstyle. They have the perfect ponytail. You don't have to be a high top bun or low knot. You can actually go in different ways. If somebody likes to wear their hair in like little pigtails or what are those little things? Like little bunnies. I don't know. The pom-poms on the top. You can even leave an area in the middle right through here a little bit off so that they can still move that hair up and they can not have to be limited on their hairstyle. So you can really like customize it to your clients and the exact system or whatever that they're using.
They said, what did you say about alopecia?
You said alopecia.
I said alopecia. Oh, my bad. No, so if you leave extensions sitting in the same place over and over and over again on those same hairs, eventually it can cause traction alopecia over time. You want to make sure that you're shifting them like up and down as you go. And then, because that way it gives that hair a rest in between, because at 4 to 6 weeks, you're going to do their bump up. That's where it's the same hair, same extensions all in the same spot. You do that bump up. Then they come back in 4 to 6 weeks and they get a refusion. That's when you're going to shift that row up or down. Now, if they, because, you know, it happens as hairstylists, you have clients, emergency happens, something happens, they can't come in at their regular scheduled time, say 6 weeks for their bump up. So then what happens if they don't come till 10 weeks, that's not a bump up anymore. That's when it moves over into a refusion. You need to take it out. You need to redo it and shift it up or down. That way it's not on those same hairs again, because basically their hair rested as long as it would have had you done their normal bump up the way it was supposed to. Another thing to always remember with getting adjustments, you never want to push it out too far, because what happens is the best way to keep the natural hair safe is as close as they can stay, the better. When it grows down too far, it starts pulling too much weight on the extensions. So you always want to make sure that you move it up on a regular scheduled maintenance. So it's one of the first things I always ask my clients in consultation: are you willing to commit to the maintenance? Because it is important for not only your extensions, but your natural hair as well.
Yeah, what she said.
That's right. What I said. Do we got any other questions?
I saw a question that was saying, is our 4Cs only going to be in a brunette shade? As of right now, yes. But I already have one of these in here. That's fun.
We are aware and want to start coming out with more textures and more colors as much as we can. We are doing testing on a regular basis from our manufacturer because the biggest thing for us is we always want to keep that quality.
Absolutely.
You know, it's really important to us. So I know it's taking time, but we've had a lot cooking in the pot. We've got a lot of things that are coming.
Like being here with you guys.
Absolutely. And then we've got some announcements later. Some of you may already know, if you're DC stylists, kind of the tea of what's coming down the pipes. But if you're new, you're going to kind of
You're going to learn today.
Can you bleach the extensions? No, you don't want to bleach the extensions. You can always go darker, but we never recommend lighter. I mean, can you? Yeah, but we don't recommend it because automatically you're going to shorten the life of those extensions. Dorothy, someone wants to know how to qualify if you become an educator.
Oh, I'm real sweaty. How do you qualify to become an educator? You have to be passionate. First and foremost, you have to be passionate not only about the industry, but about extensions and education. That's something that we're built on. We've both been so passionate about education our entire career, so we've absolutely had that. So you do have to also be certified in all 4 of our methods. So being certified in all 4 of our methods so that you can actually talk and preach on it. Being certified for at least 1 year so that you actually have experience behind the chair doing it, so you can talk from just experience and not just because our manual said so or Dorothy and Marla said so on a video. So it is something that you do have to go through on that. And then on our website, I'll actually have them show you a little bit later where it might be, but we have forms that you can fill it out to ask all these qualifications and get it written down. We also have to have your socials so that we can go through it and just see your vibe. And then we also have to have you send in a little 1 to 2 minute video of you demonstrating your education to us so that you can become an educator. And we can help you with your craft. We can help you there. But your presentation skills and your personality, we can't fix that. We can guide you, like look up or do this, do that kind of thing. But if like you're just dead in the water, then it's not going to be very easy to do. So we want your personality, show you and how you explain things delicately, in depth, all of those. So yeah, hopefully that answers your question.
Yes. Is it normal for eye tips to fall off with natural hair shed? If you're seeing a lot of the root, no. They're actually, what's happening is usually that's an indication that there's not enough hair in this section to support the weight. And what happens is, especially sometimes they can catch little hairs with their brush and pull it out. And then all of a sudden, and that again goes back to teaching that home maintenance, making sure that they are brushing properly, because if they dig down into it, they can take hair out of the section. And then it's suddenly not holding on enough hair. They brush, boom, it pulls out just a little bit of their hair. It may be only 6 or 7 hairs, but if that's happening, it means the section is dwindling down and then it's pulling. If it pulls the entire root out, oh, they just ripped it out completely. But you should see a few shedded hairs, but if you see them, they're all kind of like blocked off at the exact same level. That's not natural shed, it's ripped out. Because natural shed is going to be at all different levels, because you're going to have some that shed in week 1. You're going to have some that shed in week 2, week 3. But if they're all the exact same level, that means it was ripped out. Does that kind of make sense, Dorothy?
Yeah, and that's a no-no.
Yeah, big no-no. Dorothy,
What?
I'll throw this one to you. How often should you do a refusion on each method? I always see different answers. And also, how high up on the head can you put extensions? I've been also told different answers. There's really not a one answer for that.
That's what I was going to say. I'm going to burst your bubble again. I'm so sorry there is not one answer. But I can give you our educated answers on why we think it's important. So kind of to piggyback on what Marlis was just saying. Oh, and I don't want to get anything. What Marlis was just saying was with the shed, the hair naturally sheds anywhere up to 200 strands per day. So reminding your clients that that hair is stuck, like these ones are encapsulated inside of something. They're not going to come out. They're going to be stuck inside of there. So one, it depends on the client's hair growth. If their hair grows super fast, then they're going to have to come in a little bit sooner for their adjustments or their refusions. If their hair sheds a lot, so if they're just one of those ones that have like a clump full every time they're in the shower, they're going to need to come in for another adjustment and a refusion a lot faster. But the average is going to be 4 to 6 weeks. Within 4 to 6 weeks, you're going to be able to tell how much their hair sheds, how well they're taking care of it, are they even brushing it. I always kind of say for their very first appointment, like today is going to be her first head of extensions. I'm going to have her come back in 4 weeks so I can make sure everything is good. Then after that, I'll say, let's go 5 this time, see if we can go that far. And then if she's good with that, then the max I do is 6. After 6 weeks, you have so much shed inside of your hair that you're now starting to weaken the actual quadrant that you put it on. So 4 to 6 weeks is the ideal. 5 weeks is pretty much your sweet spot. But if they're fine, if they're fragile, then you want them to come in more often. If they shed a lot or grow really fast, come in more often. What we recommend, and you learn this in our classes, is we always go adjustment, refusion, adjustment, refusion. And that means every other time I'm pushing it up. And then that next time I'm taking it out. So like her hair is on this one. This is actually the only system you don't do that on. But I would take this row out and then I'd place it on a slice of hair right above. Because by doing that, this hair that's been holding on to the extensions for almost 12 weeks can rest. And I can actually put the next layer right above it. So really, other than your K-tips right here, it's going to go adjustment refusion. The only other one that you'll do refusion only on is fine hair and tape ends. Our beautiful model down over there who has tape ends. Unfortunately, those are refusion every time. So we love tapes for that exact reason. But those are going to be the only ones that are refusion only. Hopefully that answered your question.
Oh, someone asked one of my favorite topics. I love the crowning glory, but will you ever come out with a full-size topper? Oh, let me tell you, I'm like the topper loving queen. And I am going to pester the CEO to death until it happens. No, we've actually talked to our manufacturer about it. It is something that is definitely in thought and in consideration. And he knows I'm going to be a thorn in his side until he probably gives it to me. So, because it's not that I am going like bald or anything, but
You're never going to.
I'm
saying.
never going to let myself go bald. But it gives me that coverage and confidence because even when I just used to wear like eye tips all the time, I would be in, like when I go sit in a restaurant, I'd automatically like try to sit with the booth with my back like to where nobody was behind me because I was so afraid, like, what if my extensions are showing through, blah, blah, blah. I just didn't have the care. Plus, I got thyroid hair, so it doesn't lay right. It just kind of off to the side.
She's also way harder on herself than she actually has to be, so let's just throw that out there.
Well, so is she. Well, you got room to talk over there, ma'am. We're both, who's not tough on themselves, just being honest. So, yes, it is definitely in the thing, kind of in the thoughts, in the pipeline, in kind of the production. We have so much stuff we're working on. It's crazy.
Marlis, show them one little thing that just came out of production. It's on your tray.
Okay.
You're excited about it.
I am. I wasn't quite.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
You're talking about this little cool tool.
I can't see through wind
You're
doors.
talking about this?
That one. Told you.
Come here, Denise. Come here. So this is our tape press. What this is going to do is whenever you're putting your tape extensions in, we always teach to kind of use your, let's come up here to the tape real quick. So like whenever you're doing it, we teach you to kind of press and rub. But what this does is instead is it allows you to chance to give it that nice press. And as you can see, it's got that flexibility to it. So it's not going to be damaging to the hair, but it's going to ensure you get it closed all the way from one side to the other. Another thing I kind of love too is I don't have a section quite down for her, but so that I'm not touching the tape ends when I'm doing the bottom one, I can hold it and then drop the hair down over the top, put the top one up, and then close it down tight. We'll show that here in just a little bit once we get to installing a little bit more onto Gretel here.
Ooh.
Yes, it's very cool. It is not on the website yet, but it is going to be very, very soon. So,
our actual. Oh, are you done? My bad.
What? Are you interrupting me?
Mm-hmm.
Ma'am.
Are you done?
I guess. Go.
Wait, were you actually?
No, I'm done. You
Okay.
can go.
I just got excited because one of our winners, our giveaway winners, Sila, then she asked a question. I'm already currently certified in your I-tip and tape, and will you guys offer promo for your K-tip and weft? Yes, we actually do. So during the live, we have the DC 25. So if you go on and either purchase, which we never told them, the call center's still open.
It's on the. It was on the
Oh.
opening video. We just couldn't.
Well,
hear, we
it's
couldn't
still
hear
open.
It. And I don't know if y'all heard it or not, but DC Live 25
Mhm.
good for tonight.
Yes.
And that's
On
all.
products and education.
No, products.
Not
Just
products, I'm sorry, education.
Just education.
And then if you purchase it on the website versus calling in, you still get that additional 5% off.
Yes.
So it actually equals out to be 30%, which is a steal.
Absolutely. And you
A
can
big
get
steal.
it on the 4-in-1, the iTip and tape, K-tip and weft, whichever kit that you need, you can get it on there. So yes, absolutely. Look, it's Bird.
Bird Mena, we miss you.
Yes, we miss you.
Great work, ladies.
my
Love
God.
you.
Thank you.
Those of you who don't know
Love you.
Bird is the word, he's phenomenal.
Incredible barber, incredible barber. And like his glass collection, sunglasses, oh, every time he would come, I'd be like, I want to have like a collage in all of your glasses. They're just fantastic. So, yes, John, you do see NFT in the back.
Oh, how did you know?
We're going to be talking about that a little bit more.
Which guy
here
took your
very,
attention?
Very soon. So, yeah, that's definitely going to be a topic.
Don't
That's
spill the
tonight.
secrets yet,
I know.
John.
You're going to be quiet. Is there a time where hair extensions is not recommended at all? Let's say extremely fine and fragile. What would be best?
Somebody who's not willing to take care of their hair,
Um,
period.
It really just depends kind of on their level of hair loss. As we get to talking about NSG a little bit more, that's honestly for that next level. That's for people that a topper's not going to work. Extensions, they just can't, their hair can't hold and support it. And those are usually medical type hair losses. And so that's where it's going to be, that next level is up to that. So, but we'll get into talk about that a little bit more. But we talk a lot about customizations. We also, for any of our certified stylists, we have live Q&As that we do every month, and we give a lot of information. We talk about stuff like that. And of course, no matter what, Dorothy and I make ourselves available through like DM, Instagram, education at dreamcatchers.com. You can email us personally, and we'll always help. We have people send us pictures all the time and ask us for help in which direction if they're unsure. So, yeah, don't hesitate to, reach out if you have somebody that you're just not sure. So,
I have a fun tip over here that I want to talk about.
go for it.
It's super relevant for our model here, but it's super relevant in all four of our systems. So I want you to get close, Miss Janice. Because when I'm taking my section, it is so vital that you have clean and neat sections. But the one thing you need to take into consideration is the scalp elasticity. Some people have a super elastic scalp, where it means it moves a lot, and some people don't have it, where it's nice and stiff. So with her, when I pull, you can see her scalp actually moves. So what it does is when I had my tension, it looked like it was crooked, but when I loosened my tension up just a little bit, it now goes back to a little bit smoother. So taking that into consideration when you're applying your extensions and your sectioning, make sure that you're not over tightening that scalp, because when it's in its rest mode, it's going to move again. And that's super important, because all of the systems, you don't want to put them too close, get your crooked section, and all of that. So keep that in mind, that all of our skin, as we get older, loses elasticity, but your scalp also has that too. So if you have a scalp that moves a lot, take that into consideration. Ease up on your tension. Fun fact, scalps move.
Oh, yeah. I had someone ask what I was doing with the seam ripper. Was I removing weight or just customizing? No, because I took the old one off of her and we just removed the cylinders. I actually was just cutting away the old thread. That way I could put new on. Because of the way our wefts are made, they're actually, come here, Janice, let's show what they look like.
Getting your workout in today, Janice.
I'm telling
We
you,
love
we're moving her
you.
like all over the place. So
Said she wanted to go to the
if you
gym,
look
so.
here, our weft is actually a hybrid. And so what it is it's very small and low profile, just like a hand tied, but you can actually cut it to shorten the length, which we will be cutting this because it's long. And if you also notice, we have no mustache on ours, which means there's no return, there's nothing to be itchy. And so there's no deconstructing that's needed, because it's going to sit so low profile down to her scalp, just like that. So we're gonna get those in just a few. I'm still getting those cylinders in. Saw there was another question too. Let's see.
When doing an adjustment on eye tips, is there an easy way to find your rows? Yes, put them in properly.
Yep.
Putting your rows in properly, making sure your clients are taking care of them properly, you should be able to pull it up and it look exactly like like when they left. It's just grown out. If it's not coming in looking like that, you need to clean up your section, clean up your install, get that nice and precise, because that can be make or break, because it could break their hair and then you're not going to make any money. So making sure your foundation is crisp and clean, like when I'm going through her, making sure that it's nice and neat, and using any, like we have our flyaway catchers. So if I have that hair, you can either put it on the bottom to smooth this down or put it on the top to make that nice and straight as well. But make sure your client's doing their at-home maintenance, not going to bed with their hair wet, not brushing it when it's super wet. Make sure they air dry it a lot. Make sure they actually brush their hair. You don't want it coming in and being super matted or anything like that. So with that, good foundation, good client at home care, and it should be piece of cake when they come in.
100%. I saw someone ask about how to, which size microbead to use. Really, honestly, that depends on what extensions that you're using. So I'm gonna give kind of a short and simple answer, then we're gonna go to break, and then we can get into it more in depth. But it depends on the system. If you are doing I-tips or you are doing wefts. If you're doing wefts, we offer two sizes. One is like your kind of regular size. It is for that normal density hair. And then we have our large point ones. They are not on our website for anybody that's certified with us, but we are going to get them on there. And those ones are just a little bit wider for someone with that coarse, thick hair. And then for I-tips, it depends on if you are doing like half point, if you're doing a full point. And you can always size up, but you can't size down. So if you have a half point, you can use a half point cylinder or you can use a full point cylinder. But you can't take a full point cylinder and put it in a half point extension or half point extension. Yeah, you can't put a full point extension into a
You can size up,
cylinder.
you can't size down.
Yes, what she said. So
on that note, we can go to break.
yes.
Hey everyone, Dorothy and Marlis here with DreamCatchers. Are you ready to take your career to the next level? Then this opportunity is for you. DreamCatchers gives the opportunity to become a six-figure stylist by offering only the world's best hair extensions and a certification with all four of the most popular methods in one course.
We encourage all of our stylists to learn all four methods, and here is why. If you limit yourself to only one or two methods, then you are limiting your clientele. In our amazing 4-in-1 kit, you're gonna get everything you need for each of our four methods: I-tip, tape, K-tip, and weft.
If we've piqued your interest, then don't delay and sign up today. Visit us at dreamcatchers.com or call us at 1-855-DREAM-TEAM.
Are you back yet? I got some prizes over here. I'm ready to give them out. Come on, hurry up now.
And we are back. I think it might be are you back?
Let me hide it.
Hi, Dorothy. So, guess what time it is?
Prize time. I feel like my son. I get so excited. I'm like, oh, prize time. Who doesn't love prizes?
That's because you and I are big goofballs.
I know. It's
I know I'm
the
a little
best.
bit bigger of a goofball, but you definitely cooperate right in there with me.
Yeah, you're just
Y'all
on,
do
you're
not
on
wanna
the
see
nerdy.
us.
You're on the nerdier side. Like you like those board games,
I am
those,
on the nerdy
but
side.
like all kinds of board games,
she
not just
likes
like.
playing board games with us. Don't even let her get to
Yeah.
playing. We just haven't got her to the real advanced ones yet, but we're gonna get there. We were actually practicing some for you this weekend.
Oh yes.
So what are we?
All
Giving
right,
out
what are we
first,
giving away
Marty?
first? Another
Another
one. Fabulous. I can say this name.
You can say this name.
The most disguised box on there, dun 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 dun, goes to Miss Elizabeth Carrillo.
I thought you said you could say it.
I can't roll my R's.
Congratulations.
Elizabeth Carrillo.
Make
That's-
sure to
I
send
can't
your
do it.
y'all guys information to social media at dreamcatchers.com.
To
Make
claim
sure to add
your
the S on
prize.
Dreamcatchers. If you
Oh,
don't
God,
add the
seriously.
S, we don't get it.
We don't know you
What's our next
exist.
Another
Boxy charm.
I can say this name. This one is for Crystal Jimenez.
Yay! Go, Crystal. Go, Crystal. You get full-size testers, if you will, of different makeup supplies
Yes.
and
Beauty
skincare.
products. 100%.
We got another one? Oh, heck yeah.
Fabulous curling iron.
Ooh.
Ooh, the curling iron again. This is the long barrel extended barrel. Amazing for
Long barrel, extended barrel.
Are you making fun of my accent?
Yeah.
My accent?
And how fast you said it.
I do. I talk fast, y'all. I'm sorry. I can't help it.
Y'all.
It's a southern thing. Stop thing. Good Lord. Now
Y'all
you got me-
thing.
I'm
All
gonna
right.
cry
Anyways,
now.
Nicole Watson. Nicole Watson, you're the one who gets to win the amazing flat or curling iron, not the flat iron. Curling
Yes.
iron. Long barrel. This one, this lucky winner is going to be the flat
Wait,
iron.
what is this one?
Flat,
flat
I'm
iron.
pull- grab that because I can't say it. So, oh.
We're
Jesus
good.
criminy. All right, you do it all.
Sarah Rezak.
Sarah Rezak.
I think I said that right.
Sarah with an H.
But Sarah with an H.
Sarah with an H.
So you're
Rezak.
going to get this Ultra Slim Nano Flat Iron by Fabulous. It is awesome.
Cool. Miss Janice, I want to have you actually come over with me here. I'm going to show them what I'm doing instead of just doing it. The great thing about our cake, can we see over here? Should we go into a better light? Let's just go back where we were. So right here, you can see this is how our K-tips actually come. So you see it's a soft V shape here. Like I can bend it. I can't squeeze it right here. But if you feel, it's not like hard like plastic. It comes in this V shape and you can 100% apply it here, but you're gonna have to do a little bit of work. And I don't like to cut corners literally, just physically here. I like to cut my corners off right here and right here because that makes it a little bit easier to cone as I'm applying it to my client's head. I don't have to do as much work because some of it's already done right here. So you can apply it as regular, but I also like to stutter and I like to cut the corners off. The other way that I like to do it is because normally people are thinner or finer around the face is I'm going to cut it down the middle. So cutting it in half on the vertical, if I can be steady. And, oh, bad example, shoot. Good example. You put it down the middle and it cuts it in half. So this is going to be ideal for your thinner hair clients, you're fine, you're fragile, you're delicate. Right around that face, that hairline detail work, this is ideal. So you can have your regular full, your house, and your cut in halves. And then if you really wanted to, you can cut it into thirds, but I don't want to make a fool of myself and do it on camera and fuck it up. So I'm not going to show you that one. So that's all. But I can show you installing one of them if you guys do want to see that. Let's go to my chair now. You can answer a question.
Timothy said he has his entire staff here showing them all about how awesome DC is and how they work.
I think he should win an extra prize.
You know what?
I think it's a good idea.
I think
What was
so
his name? Timothy?
Timothy Wayne.
We love Timothy's. We love Timothy's. Let's see. Oh, this Grandioso water bottle that Miss Marlis can't seem to keep on the table.
I can't.
It's going to be one that goes into it right through here. But we've got an entire bag of goodies and products. There's some really cool stuff in here. Ooh, you're going to fucking love this. So, Timothy Wayne, go ahead and DM us or email us at the social media email address. Give us all your information so we can get this hefty bag over to you. Okay. Back to what I was doing. I got excited.
Jody, I just saw some of the questions are going so fast, so I'm so sorry anything got missed. Put your question in there and I will answer it. Lacey, I think that the only reason we're having sound commercials, I think it's just on Instagram. Did we figure it out? Oh, Zoom. Oh, Zoom, we're having issues with. Sorry, it's Zoom. So you can always, we're also on Instagram. We are on Facebook. We are on, and Twitch. So,
Not the physical Twitch.
when will the tape tool come in and will it be in the kits or is it going to be sold separately? It is going to be something that's going to be sold separately. We do have a few things that we sell independently because it's not necessary, but it is something that we, suddenly they're saying we have an echo.
Echo.
Ah. It says Dorothy's echoing. Am I echoing too?
They just want to hear me twice.
Uh-oh.
So we can have
Looks
our
like we're
K-tip
having a
installed.
little bit of technical difficulty.
We can just stop talking.
That might make me kinda
Awkward.
sad. We'll give them a second, see if they can figure it out. Okay, so it looks like Zoom, we might be having the issue. So we can.
Come on, Zoom. You got us through COVID, but you can't get us through the DC
I
Live.
know.
The fuck?
Facebook's fine. Okay, so if we're echoing bad on Zoom, you can jump over to Facebook or Instagram so we don't echo. I apologize. So, if you want a prize, you want to email social media at dreamcatchers.com. So let's see what other questions we got going on up here. Okay. The K-tips can be reused if you send them back in for a retipping fee. And basically you send it in, we send it back to our manufacturer. They redo it with the exact same materials. That way you still get that strong, durable hold. Usually you wear K-tips about 4 to 6 months. Then you would send that set in to get retipped. You would have a second set that you would put in their head while they wear that one. Theirs would be getting processed, and then they would come back to you, and then you would keep rotating those 2 sets of hair. If y'all see the one girl who said, I think her name was Jody, if you see her coming, oh, no, you can, Jody, email us at education.com. I think we can get you certified, even if she's in Mexico, we can get her certified, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
You just won't, I mean, unless you want to travel to the States, you can come take a hands-on class. Those are on our website, but we also have on the online classes as well. So you can
Yes.
100% do that. And fun fact, a new updated version is coming soon that we're super excited about. So yes, absolutely. Go ahead and either come over and join us for a little bit or take it online, which is just as good.
I'm sorry we're echoing, guys. We don't know what's happening. You know, that's the fun of live. You never know what's going to happen.
Can they see me? Can they see my hands right now? Oh, fabulous. Okay, so I just want to demonstrate for you word by word, once I get this hair out of my way, what I'm doing. So I'm working on my K-tips, and I'm using the half points at this point because I'm getting close to where I'm exiting the head. Once I get to the rounds of the head, you don't typically want to go above that because the hair starts to waterfall over. So when I'm looking over here to the side, I can probably do about 1 more row before the hair starts to waterfall over my actual hair. So I just want to make sure that they're extra fine so that they have the most amount of movement. So when I take my section, you want to take it no bigger than the size of the K-tip you're working on. So I should probably slim it down a little bit. Also, you see me putting my finger underneath. You want it to be nice and clean on the underneath as well, so you don't get any of those crosshairs, because those crosshairs are a bitch. Then you want to take your heat shield, and I usually just kind of hold it like that. And I'll put it over here, or I'll put it on the opposite side of where my K-tip heating tool is going to come. Side note, if you just call it a heating tool versus a gun, it's a little less scary for clients. Just an FYI. And I'm going to hold my low elevation. Yes, you need your heat shield because you don't want to hurt your client. You don't want to burn your client, and it also keeps stray hairs or crosshairs out of my way. See how it's flipping out? I'm just going to turn it over, and it's going to flip in. And I'm holding it right at the bottom of my circle. And then I'm going to heat it up. And I count 3, 4. Once you see it start to fray, that's good. You're going to circle it around and roll. So as I roll, I'm lowering my elevation because I don't want bubbles going through here. And then when I take it off, you can see it's going to lay straight down. No bigger than the size of the K-tip you're using. And guess where you guys can learn all that? Tell them, Marlis.
I'm sorry, I didn't.
Oh, shit. I'll tell them. Yeah, in our hands-on classes or online classes is where you can learn that. She did not catch what I was fucking throwing.
I did not catch it. I'm sorry. I missed that ball by a mile.
She's not athletic, I guess.
I never was real great at sports.
You're good. You're good. I don't know a thing about baseball, so I was never a softball girl.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see what else is there. Whoa. Comments moving fast as fuck.
They are moving fast.
Throw us a question. Who's
Yeah,
excited?
'cause y'all are moving way too fast. To do a weft. I mean, I have fine hair and I wear wefts. I wear 2 rows, 4 of them. When they have fine hair, so one of the things Dorothy and I say all the time is it doesn't matter the method with how thick or thin their hair is, because every method can be customized to be for someone with fine hair or someone with thick hair. What really matters is their lifestyle. So if they had fine hair, sometimes I won't do above 2 per row. Sometimes I might even do like 2 on the bottom row, 1 on the top row. It makes it more natural and blend in really well, and then cut it to the length that they want. And so it really is just about what they prefer as far as their method goes. So, Dorothy, do you have anything to add to that?
No, ma'am. I'm just K-tipping around.
Where's the best place they can watch where it's not echoing? It's funny, but I feel like I'm going to wear Dream. I'm sorry.
Aw. You think
Instagram.
about us? Go to
Instagram's the best
Instagram
place
and
to go see us,
Facebook.
where it won't echo. Is Facebook echoing or no? No, Facebook's not echoing, and neither is Instagram. So go to one of those.
Or Twitch. Yeah, I'm sure Twitch is doing just fine
Yeah,
too.
Twitch is probably good too.
Twitch is probably not
so-
twitching.
But awesome. Well, we are going to go ahead and go to break. And this is going to be a very cool little teaser. And we're going to talk about it whenever we come back.
I hope you guys are back and ready because we're about to give away some prizes.
So that was our I'm all tangled in her hair. That was our NSG little teaser. This is the company that we are launching. We actually have the landing page out now where you can sign up for more information. This is great for people that, like we were talking about earlier, when they are beyond getting a topper or extensions and they really are to that point of hair loss. It is for both men and women. We have models back here that are all wearing our NSG systems. We have several employees that wear it, models, different things. We've been working on the development of this brand for 2 years, and we are so excited that it's finally here. I think Dorothy and I
Thank
both had a few
goodness.
emotional moments
Yep.
with this, and so we're going to be dropping the classes on the site where you can get signed up within a week. We'll give you a little bit more information here in a bit, but definitely this is something, if you've ever thought about offering this, you need to check it out.
And we just trained an entire group of phenomenal humans to be educators. So they're going to be all over the country. So it's going to be super great. I'm so excited.
Ooh, Dorothy, I'm going to throw this question over to you. I
Throw
find
it,
no
my
matter
dear.
how well I color match and use multiple colors,
Ooh.
I end up with too much blondes.
Oh, Josh, can you get me a favor? Will you grab me a swatch ring? I'm gonna show you something.
Dorothy loves talking about blondes. That's her
I
jam.
do. Will you just set it on the tray for me? Thank you. I'm gonna section this off real quick. And then I'll jump over to my blonde. Okay, so just because I've got a blonde sitting over here, I think the number one thing that people do when they are not matching their colors properly or it's ending up to being too solid is when you're not choosing enough colors. If you have 5 bundles that you're using, possibly use 5 colors, if not 4, to make sure that you are using the appropriate one. But I think what they're doing is they're not color matching properly. You don't want to take this and put it up to the hair because it's always going to be too thick, no matter what. The actual one of the density, this isn't going to be the one of the density is what I meant. So you want to break it down to the actual system of what you're doing. So we have 2 systems. We have a horizontal system and then we have a vertical system. Horizontal is going to give you a heavier distribution of weight, so it's going to mask and cover and build very quickly. Whereas our vertical system, it's more lean, it's going to have a lot more movement, but it's going to take a lot longer to build your system or to build your color. So what you want to do is take your swatching, and we'll start with wefting. You want to fan it out on how it's actually going to be laying in the client's head, because it's not laying like this inside the client's head. It's laying kind of fanned out or waterfalled. So when I go here, this is then when I'm going to color match. Watch, let's just take our hair out real quick. Sorry if it's a little messy. I just want to color match with you guys for a second because it's super vital. Oh my God, look at that. It's already so pretty. So don't mind her, you know, a little rough around the edges. We've been working on her for a minute. So when we were color matching her, obviously she's blended. So we want to make sure she stays blended. That's why we chose the majority of the blends. So I'm going to grab it. And our options were 7-9 and 8-14 and 8-12. Those are our favorites. So when I'm picking up these different colors, again, if I put this up here, it's not going to match, right? So what I want to do is I want to fan it out. And I'm also not color matching up here. Your extensions don't live at the root. They live down through here. They're installed. Their attachment method is installed at the root, but that's it. They fan down. So then I'm going to go down through here, and I'm spreading it thin and allowing it to lay down on top of or with my hair. And if it starts to get lost, then that's ideal. You always want to have at least one bundle matching exactly what their shades are. If you're trying to build up lightness, you can obviously go a little bit on the lighter side, or you can go on the darker side. But always have a minimum of one bundle matching depending on what you're doing. So spread it thin like this and have it waterfall through. That's going to be for your wefting or your I-tip. No, wefting or your tape-ins. The I-tips or the K-tips, again, those lay more vertical, kind of like chunky highlights. So I'm going to spread this thin to be a little bit more like what it's going to lie inside of the head. So whether it's an I-tip or a K-tip, I can have different sizes. And then I'm going to go through and see how that blends within my natural right through there. So if you are deciding to do multiple different systems, then you want to color match for all of those systems, both horizontally and vertically. So do that. My one last thing that I would say is color buildup. So let's just say I grab these colors through here. I'm going to grab simpler colors. You don't want to only have those look all the exact same. Let me give something that's going to give you a little bit more color dimension. When I go through here, say my client is only going to use 4 different shades of color, or 4 bundles, I'm sorry, and I've got anything from a 4 to a 14, you want to try and get it as like even as possible. So I'm going like every 2. If I go every 2 colors, that gives me a blend that's even between them. So I'm going to build up a gradient of color like this, rather than just choosing, you know, my darkest and my lightest and trying to get that to blend. So always kind of create that gradient and go roughly as even as possible, distributing your 4 between your darkest and your lightest shade. Cool. I hope that answers your question. If it doesn't, say so and I'll answer it again differently.
Differently.
Uh-huh.
Courtney, do we have any questions?
Now let's resection you. Oh, you need a new section.
Yes, no.
Maybe so. Say what? Somebody who's getting gray, I would say, do they want to blend it or how do they want to blend it? The color options I would typically choose, are they salt, pepper gray or what kind of gray? Because it's going to vary a little bit. But what I would probably recommend is we do have the shade silver, and that one is very much like a silvery gray. And then also getting like our DC20, so our lightest blonde. And if you do need to add a little bit of a toner to it to make it match, then doing that. So creating your kind of gradient there. You could also do like a tape-in, or a weft, where if you lie a like dark shade, let's say like a DC1 with your silver, when they intertwine with each other, it's going to end up looking kind of like that salt and pepper. So really kind of utilizing your coloring from start to finish on like, what are my options? There's some companies out there that say that you should have to color your extensions to make a match because we need to stop being so like cookie cutter. And I don't disagree. I think customizing your extensions is absolutely great because it does make it like just you. Nobody else can necessarily get that shade. But sometimes coloring extensions is a bitch, to say it lightly. And it's just takes forever. It's not hard. It just takes forever. And then like some eye tips fall down the drain. You got to go find them. So just because it can be complicated doesn't mean you shouldn't do it, because you should to make it match properly. But color matching there is super vital. Yep. Use what you got. If you don't have to do extra work, use extra product. Why should you? Not bashing it. We do it all the time. Just saying.
I saw somebody ask, what lengths do we offer? In-house, we carry I-tip and all 4 of our systems in 20 inches. And then we offer our I-tips and our wefts in 24, but any of our systems can be customized up to 30 inches. Those just have to be done through the customer service center.
Yep, so 20s in everything, and then 24s in your I-tip and weft. And then if you want anything outside of that, custom order, we can do it for you. If you're certified.
Y'all look amazing in the NSG photos. Yes, you do.
Oh, thanks.
How close to the front top do you get with wefts in fine hair? So usually the rule is going to be 2 fingers. You want to stay 2 fingers away from the hairline. You want to stay 2 fingers above the ears. You can see right here from our row right here. Come on over. So her ears right here. As you can see, I'm 2 fingers above, almost 2.5. If someone has really super fine hair, what you may need to do is do 3. Just take it up a little bit more. If you go to do a ponytail check and it's too fine, stay 3 fingers back. Just give yourself that little bit of extra space. It's all about making sure you lift up and do that ponytail check. Same thing when you're around here to the back. Come on, let me twist her this way towards you a little bit, make it easier for you. But whenever you lift that hair up, make sure to grab it in a gentle way so it don't hurt her. As you can see, because they are 2 to 3 fingers up, she can pull her hair up and you can't see anything. And the same thing is when we get a little bit closer to the top, we'll show you when you're at the crown area, you again want to make sure to stay like 2 fingers away. That's where really, honestly, the K-tips can be amazing because you can customize up at those sections. Because K-tips are the exception to the rule. I love pairing K-tips with wefts because you may not be able to get as close to the front, but with those K-tips, you can get just a little bit closer.
Did you know Timothy Wayne is our Timothy Wayne?
Oh.
Yeah. Good job, Timothy. We still love you. And yes, you do look phenomenal.
I didn't realize.
Inside secret, Timothy Wayne is friends with Dolly Parton, so
NSG
keep him on your
not
friends.
glueless. There are 2 different options. There's glue options and there's tape options. So we have different options for different people that will work best. So is it time to go to commercial break? Yes? No? Not yet? Okay, cool. Got a little bit more time to run our mouths.
So I just saw, sorry, I'm going to cut you off. There was another question. What is NSG? NSG is men's and women's hair replacement that's non-surgical. So like she was just talking about, is it glueless? It could be, but it has different types. We have different types of adhesives. We have liquids and then we have tapes, and you can do combinations of that. But it's for those clients that you can't really put extensions, especially up on the top. You don't really have enough hair, or you might not even have enough hair on the bottom. And then for men, they don't necessarily wear extensions very often per se. And 80% of men are balding. So you want to cover that top area generally is where they're doing it. So it's men and women's hair replacement that's non-surgical. And you can go to nsghair.com to be able to get more information on that. And like she mentioned earlier, classes are dropping soon in the week.
Yes. And one of the things we've learned is hair loss doesn't affect just older people. It can happen to anyone at any age. We've worked on people in their 20s. We've helped someone who got burned as a child on his scalp and had to go through like very painful treatments. Mm-hmm. We've seen all kinds of different situations, both men and women. and heard the stories of everything that they have gone through for their hair loss treatments, just trying to regain that confidence. I think that's mine and Dorothy's favorite thing about this is the confidence that it can give somebody, whether DreamCatchers, NSG, every hair method, toppers, not toppers. It really is.
Bald head,
confidence
we've
building.
got work for you.
Huh?
I said, bald head, we can help you.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter.
Little bit of hair.
No hair?
we can
That's
help
good. We need that.
A lot of hair, we can still help you. Short hair, we can help you. We got you.
Just come to NSG or DreamCatchers and we'll fix all your needs.
Denise, come here real quick. I want to
That was paid
show
advertisement.
what I was talking about with this little tape tool. So this way, so that I don't touch the tape, I can hold it. It makes it a little bit easier versus using my comb. And then I can place that down. And then, what color did I have there? And what I'm doing here is I'm not putting the same colors. You can see that's a little bit more of a low light color. And then I have a highlight color here. And then I'm going to line it up properly. And then I'm going to lift and then gently use this to press it down tight and make sure it's sealed from one side to the other. And then as you can see, I'm alternating. So on this side, I put that low light here on the top, and then on this one, I put it on the bottom, and I'm going back and forth, flipping. That way I can get that dimension throughout her head.
Miss
So,
Gretel loves her dimension.
makes it so easy. Tape ins are a really great install. These are good for people who say aren't super active. They don't like going in the water a lot because if you go in pools a lot, it can break down the adhesive. They're really great for people who love to wear their hair down because it's not super easy to pull them up because of the shape of tape ins. So there are people that these are great for it. And that's really where in consultation, you want to make sure to ask those questions about their lifestyle so that you can choose the proper method for them.
If your client has alopecia, we can help you. It's actually great, especially for people who have those patch alopecia, or there are definitely options for, full kind of toppers and everything like that. And in our NSG classes, we do touch base on different options for all of the different people out there. So it's really kind of incredible. Like Marla said, it's super touching seeing that confidence kind of come back almost instantly. Just like we're going to come back after this break. One more or another little commercial for you guys.
Yeah, oh my Lord, watch me sway. Darkness falls and we all pray, hoping for the light of day. Down to the river, I have held the devil's hand, felt the weight of my own sin, burdened by the heart of man. Down to the river, down to the river.
I hope you guys are on about these prizes right now, so hurry up, fix it up, and sit back down to watch.
All right. Are we back? We are back. Yes. I was like, wait, hold up. I had to figure out where I was for a moment here. So, do we have any more questions? Or is it time to give away some more prizes, Dorothy? Yeah. Are you dying? Are you hot? Me too. Me too, me too. Yes, what's the question? Oh, we answered that question actually earlier. So yeah, a little bit of shedding, yes. It should be at different levels. If it comes out and it's got all of the hair at the exact same level, then it most likely got ripped out. So we did answer that one a little bit earlier. And then someone I see said, can they be cut for customization? Absolutely. Here in just a few, I'm not going to do a full tape in. So I'm going to grab the scissors in a minute after we give prizes. And when we come back, I'm going to show how you can customize a tape in over here. So are we ready to give prizes, Dorothy? Dorothy, did I lose you? I'm telling you, man, yeah, back of my hair, soaking wet. It is ridiculous. Getting adjusted. Okay, what's our first prize? A class. Ooh. Yes. This beautiful kit right here in whites.
Jody May Hernandez.
Yay, you want a kit? So exciting. And oh, another kit, 2 kits. Oh, okay, same overnight, but that's okay. We have another kit down here. Just that's yours. Yay. Okay. So for this kit,
got
we
all the
have
kits.
Cheyenne Lawrence's.
Cheyenne Lawrenson. I love the name Cheyenne. It's a beautiful
It
name.
is so pretty.
You are one of our winners. So email social media at dreamcatchers.com.
Ooh, shark fin.
Shark fin, shark fin.
And who's this one going to swim its way over to?
Jessica Gutierrez. Gutierrez. My bad.
Oh, and by the way, if for any of you who win Shark Fears,
Shark fears.
Shark Fears, I just made it all one word. Shark Fin Shears, and you are a lefty, let us know. They already told us at Shark Fin, we can get them swapped out for you and get you a pair of lefties if you need some. So.
You're going to recognize this name.
Oh, am I?
You are. She is one of our favorites. She's going to be winning a pair of shark fins.
Oh, Beamer!
Michelle Beamer, you're winning the shark fins. So email us. You know how to do it. We know you do.
If
So
not,
go
I
ahead and
know where to
email us.
find you.
This is true. Good job, Michelle. Oh, shit. My bad.
Dorothy's hitting me.
I know. Do we have another one or is that it? That's
No,
it?
that's
Okay,
it.
that's it. Yeah, I'm like, let's get back to hair.
Let's go. Let's do some hair.
Okay. That's not so bad. So can you wear your hair up with extensions? Yes. Yes, you can. You're not necessarily limited, especially if your your stylist puts it in properly. Your clients should be able to wear their hair up and it not be difficult. We do recommend within the first week, like a brand new install, maybe wait a couple of days just because it's nice and tight. And if you haven't had them in for a while, it can be kind of tender from time to time. But after that, you're good to go. Wear your hair up all you want. When you go to bed, put them in a little ponytail or braid or, something like that so that they don't get tangled up or laid on or any of those kinds of fun aspects that happen. Let's see.
Are you busy at this moment? I want to show real quick about cutting
No, go for it.
tape and weft.
Please do.
Oh my gosh. Cutting a tape in half. Goodness gracious.
She's having a moment.
So, as you can see right here, are you close enough? Come here. Come closer. If I put this here, if it goes to pull back, that is too close on the edge. So what I want to do is I want to actually cut it in half to customize it. So because our tape-ins are made with a double mesh netting, that makes it very secure. It makes it stand up through adjustments, being cut. So as you can see, I cut this in half. I don't have any shedding. But what I want to do is I want to kind of just take that little pointy end off. I just make it match on both sides. Now, whenever I go to install this, that's going to fit perfectly, and it's going to be back far enough whenever we pull her hair up. Do we have any questions?
Go team, go. Ooh, fabulous question.
Very good question. You know what, Dorothy, I think that deserves a special
Oh,
prize.
It deserves a
Prize question. So, who asked that question? Oh, so this is going to be a little mystery bag. We got the water bottle in there, but the rest of it you'll have to wait and see. But there's a lot of pro products and accessories in here, so be sure to send us your information, okay?
One of them is a name that always gets pronounced wrong, kind of like Bablis and Babeless.
Yeah.
It starts with a funny letter. It's really funny, so you're gonna love it.
Absolutely. Okay, so go ahead and answer that question now, Dorothy.
Oh, duh. There's a question behind that. When it comes to extensions, you always want to cut them dry. You want to cut them dry because you need the hair to be falling in place where it naturally lives. And you don't want that hair to be clumped together because then you're just going to create holes and take out weight from your extensions, whereas you're actually adding weight with your extensions. You're not necessarily trying to remove it. Yes, we need to blend it, which brings me to, you will always cut your client's hair extensions. Never let them walk out the door without being cut. I don't care if they say, oh no, I like this length, I don't want it cut. That's fine. I'm still going to blend it. I'm going to make sure my outline looks good. I'm going to make sure that your layers are good. I'm going to make sure it's one head, not two. things like that. So always cutting when it's dry so you can see how it naturally falls, how it's naturally going to live. You're not using much elevation at all when you're cutting hair extensions, whereas within, you know, regular hair cutting, you generally lift the hair to create movement and things like that. Especially coming from a precision hair cutter myself, learning to cut extensions was like killer. It literally like broke my heart. I was like, what do you mean? But getting into it, it's a very visual cut. It's the only visual cut that I do is with hair extensions. But if it doesn't sit properly, trim it up. Lose that little bit of weight that it has, create that movement, but don't take too much away. I prefer to cut with a razor, a feather razor. Marlis prefers to cut with her shark fin shears. I'm right, she's wrong, so just kidding. Just kidding. Both are going to get the same result. One, you're just going to have to, you know, cut in your blendedness with like your point cutting or your slide cutting.
Blendedness, I like that word.
Yeah, I make up words a lot. Whereas the feather razor kind of puts it in automatically. So whatever your prerogative is, go ahead and do that. Those of you who just want some shears, you'll have that. Those of you who took our class already, you already have a feather razor.
Okay, so what about people that, if you're still hearing any echoing, if you're on Zoom, come join us on Instagram or on Facebook. That'll stop the echoing. It's really only Zoom that it seems to be happening. So what about people that have big scars on their scalp, doing the bump ups and how to go about it?
I want to take it.
You want to answer that one?
I want to take it.
All right, I'll throw it your direction. Go
You
for
want to
it.
know why?
Why?
Because she's got a scar on her head, literally right where I'm working.
Ah.
I'm sorry, I'm pointing it out. She's sorry, she can't see her face, it's fine. As I'm working right through here, she has, oh, let me get it clean. She actually has this scar right here, as you can see. So luckily some of it is in between my section here, but what you see I've done is I've gone right on top of it where there is natural hair so that this hair is actually going to fall exactly where she's lacking hair from a scar. So really kind of utilizing your placement to ensure that you're really kind of working in the places that they are super weak. And you can actually, like if I really wanted to, I could place a couple of I-tips right through here, or what I would probably do is place our K-tips because I can cut them down smaller in size. And I would place it right next to where she has this scar, almost kind of like outlining it in a way, which is another reason you have to cut them when you're done, is because you do that special placement. But with this one, she has her scar and it's vertical right here. And so I made sure that this I-tip landed directly where her scar is weak, or where her hair is weak because of her scar. So really utilizing it, different areas. You can also use NSG for this as well. If they do actually have a fairly decently big scar, you can add a little patch of an NSG system, even to men or women, and get that job done without having that bald area. That was a perfect question for where I'm at right now in life.
It was really a perfect question. I saw another one. Oh, crazy question. For certification, is Afterpay available? Absolutely. It's on our website. We have it through Shopify and PayPal both, I believe, correct?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
But ShopPay is the main one.
Yep. So we do have it on there. And don't forget tonight, DC Live 25. This is only going to be good till midnight. So if you're only certified in 2 of our methods, you want to get that next certification, or if you're brand new, you can do that.
Thanks for coming.
And people who are stylists, don't forget, if you refer somebody to us, you get a $200 hair credit. So don't forget to take advantage of that. I always love doing that. And it's really nice sometimes to have that credit that never expires. So refer your friends. But what is ownership? That's where I saw another one too. How do you know we would choose between? Oh wait, the question went away. I couldn't see it.
It said bye.
Is it see ya? I don't know where I went. Oh, how do you know what to choose between K-tips and wefts or both? Honestly, I do a ton of both. I'm wearing both right now. I have K-tips on my side. I have K-tips on the nape of my neck because doing like a small weft row, because I got a big old noggin. I didn't like the feeling of it when I would like lift my head up and down. So I have K-tips at the back. And then I have 2 rows of wefts. I often sometimes like pinning like some of my hair back. So the wefts are absolutely fantastic around the face for those detailed work. For me, that's my jam with K-tips is detail work. And then wefts is really when you want to build that density super quick. And especially wefts are great for someone who loves to feel their hair. Like I can put my hands in here and I can do like this. And I just got my install done 3 days ago, 4 days ago, something like that, I think. Right, Josh?
Thursday, Friday.
Yeah, Thursday, Friday. And that's a good clue that it's installed well too, is I can literally do this and I feel no pain. Extensions should not be painful. If they are, and trust me, anybody who works on me knows I'm tender-headed. But if it's done properly, it doesn't hurt. I can go home, I'm not in pain. I'm aware it's there for a few days, but after about 3 days, I have no problem because they're installed properly. Because I would probably beat anybody if they didn't install properly. I'd be like, you fix that. So,
Don't mess with Mama Liz.
What?
Don't mess with Mama Liz.
That's right. Don't mess with Mama Liz. How do you scrape the tape off when you replace it? So here's the thing that I learned that was a game changer for me. Whenever you are taking old tape off, come here, Miss Janice. So we're going to pretend like this is a worn one. So what I do is if it's still wet from the spray, that is not a fun way to try to take this off. It's going to be gummy and it's going to get all over you. You want to wait till it's tacky again. You want to wait until if you touch it with your finger, it's going to hold on like this. You can either wait and let it dry naturally while you're cleansing the client's head, whatever the case may be, doing their color. Or if you're just doing their adjustment and you need it done quickly, you can just take a blow dryer to it for about 10-15 seconds. But what you want to do is once it's like that, you can roll it away. And
Roll
I just
with
keep
it.
rolling it up and away. I'm holding the hair beneath it, and I'm rolling it up and away. And I'm just going to keep holding as I work across. Make sure I'm not pulling any of that extension hair. And then once you get to the end, it comes off. Just like that. Don't try to remove it when it's wet. That's when it's going to get very, very, very messy.
The reason why
Hopefully that
tape-ins are
helps answer the
frustrating.
question. When I learned that, I was like, it was like a belt went off in my head, and I was like, this is the greatest thing ever. Why have I not always been doing it? Because I think I saw somebody ask earlier, like, what are your favorite methods? I know for me personally, wefts is probably one of my favorites, but I-tips I've been doing for a gazillion years, probably about 15. And I started working with wefts early on, but they had that itchy beard, that itchy return. That was just not fun. And so, and I did like a lot of like braiding and sewing more on traditional textured hair is what I originally learned. And then I learned how to later on sew it onto beads. But I loved I-tips because you really can do I-tips on pretty much anybody. So that's what I wound up doing for years until we came out with our wefts. And then I was like, these things are genius. I mean, that's why some people call them a genius weft, hybrid weft. But I love hybrids. I really can't say I have one favorite method. I love hybrids. I love mixing methods and making things very customized for my clients. But I kind of have, you know, I-tips and wefts are a close tie for me. Dorothy, what's your favorite?
I like, shit, that's a tough one. I mean, I-tips and K-tips are probably one of my all-time favorite, but with my hybrids applications, it's probably either, like that I said, I-tips and K-tips, or my weft and my K-tips, just because I can put my K-tips literally anywhere I want. Tape-ins are not my all-time favorite, but they do serve a great purpose, just not in my life or behind my chair. Just kidding. If a client really asks for it and it's suitable for them, I'll get over it and I'll do it. Learning Marlis's trick where she actually waits till the glue or adhesive is dry is a huge thing. Tape-ins really aren't that bad once you kind of learn those different tricks of the trade. So yeah, I guess I would say probably I-tips and K-tips are my little favorites, which is probably why I'm on this side.
Yeah. Hey, Dorothy, someone asked a question about doing a bump up around the scar.
Doing a bump up around the scar. So, I mean, when looking at her hair, I didn't notice anything was fragile. So all of the hairs surrounding her scar were completely like full length, just like the rest of the hair. So I know that that area isn't necessarily weaker than any of the other area. It's actually probably stronger, just because scar tissue is a lot stronger than just regular tissue.
But you can still go ahead and do those adjustments. But I would talk with your client and say, like, how recent is that scar? Because if it's any kind of still healing within the first couple of years, it might be a little tender. So you do want to be a little bit cautious with that. So that's kind of the question I would probably ask. Otherwise, you can just treat it as just a regular adjustment. You shouldn't have to do anything different with them. Does that answer your question? Let's see.
I don't know if I ever told you, Dorothy. I had a crazy thing happen with one of my clients. She was laughing one time and actually fell off her bed and split the back of her head open, and she had eye chips. And of course, she had to go to the emergency room. And then she came in like 2 days later and goes, "Yeah, I need you fixed." They literally stapled straight through the extensions. And so I had to like try to open them and pull them away from her beautiful new lovely scar that she was getting. So yeah, that was an interesting one for me. For sure.
You hear all kinds of things behind the chair. I know you guys know this.
Oh, Dorothy, someone said, is there any tips or tricks you have for ending a weft? Have you used glue?
Oh, definitely used Gorilla Glue. Just kidding. I've never done that. No, the reason I don't like to use glue is I don't want to have to put in the head more than what's necessary. And to me, you shouldn't have to glue something down that can just be sewn down. So I would say keep in mind the end of the weft and make sure it's not too long. I have a feeling that most people get the flappies is because they leave their weft too long outside of the cylinders. And so you're trying to like cinch that in and you're actually creating a bump. Or you're just not covering it far enough. It should be just a sliver past the end of your weft cylinder so that you can actually hug it in. And when you're doing your weft, when you're sewing it, you don't want to sew like 3 or 4 times directly on top of each other. You want to almost do it just like this. You're going to do like one end corner here, one end corner here, and one end corner here. So in our different videos on our online education portal or in class, we will absolutely show you guys how to do each one of those. But I would say lining up and measuring everything you're doing. You don't want to have any kind of super glue, nail glue. Our hair's not going to shed, so you don't need that. As long as you crimped your cylinder tight enough, then it's going to be able to hold on and not fall out or anything like that. So in my opinion, I don't like to use those kinds of foreign substances if I don't have to. Kind of my preference, and I feel like really the hand tied is really kind of what made that popular, just because they shed and they can't be cut or anything like that. Yeah. But just like cutting, we're going to cut to our last commercial break, so watch this.
Dorothy, are you almost done? The commercial's almost over. We gotta go.
Yes. I'm coming.
Okay, come on, go.
We're live? Okay, good. I didn't know if we were live or not. I didn't want to talk to nobody. So as you guys just saw, our NSG is phenomenal. Like Marley said, I think this is another one of our babies that we've come to love and hate over the last 2 years because it's been taking forever, but it's finally here, so we're so excited. Here you're going to see our amazing kit that you're going to get. So it's going to be a 2-day course that you're going to take hands-on with your educators, and they're going to teach you everything from start to finish. We do actually give you guys customized Babyliss trimmers that are actually engraved with NSG, which is pretty phenomenal. So we really partnered with them because we wanted to give you guys the best of the best. We are also going to sell the clippers on our website too. But you get customized clippers. This manual
is definitely hefty and it's beautiful. So not only does it have pretty models in here, but it's going to give you everything you need to know. Let me find a picture. Of like, here is how to do any adjustments at home. So we're going to tell you guys how to maintain it at home and all of those different things. Everybody who made it, but this kit is really kind of incredible. It comes down through here, and it's really going to give you everything you need for your application. You're going to have your ISO, you're going to have your solvents, you're going to have your different kind of glues. So like right here we have our white bond, and then right here we have our clear bond. In class we explain the difference of the two and why you might use one versus another. So it's pretty incredible, an amazing kit. It also comes on a little trolley so that, you know, because this is a big hefty kind of tool case kind of deal. So it's going to come on a little trolley. So all you have to do is kind of do this, close that, put it on the little roller, and then you're good to go heading back to your salon or, you know, heading to your client, because some people like to be in a little bit more of an enclosed private space. But it's absolutely incredible. Go to nsghair.com to get more information. And this week our classes will be dropping. So do not miss out, because classes will sell out, I promise you.
And Dorothy,
What?
we have an amazing video to show them
Oh,
of the NSG case, and just a little
oh yes.
fun teaser
This
one.
one's really cool.
So proud of our
So
crew.
stop looking at me and look at this little commercial video that our crew put together. So fun.
Wasn't that awesome?
A beautiful, beautiful case.
Very, very, very proud of it.
Go team, go.
For sure.
So if you haven't noticed,
we
NSG
have
is
a
pretty
little bit more
sexy.
questions. It is such an exciting service to offer. I mean, like, there have been people who have made us cry. we are too in sync sometimes, I swear. What do you spray on the hair for flyaways? Is water okay? You know what, Dorothy? I think that one might deserve our last
Oh, that is a good one. You're right.
surprise gift. Is going to come to you in this lovely pink bag. It's going to have a water bottle and some other goodies. There's ones over here. There's different ones in each package, so you never know what you're going to get. It's got at least 5 full-size products, goodies, accessories in it. So be sure to DM us your email, not DM. Why am I saying DM?
She's getting
Email
tired.
us your social
She
media.
needs her coffee.
I do. I need something. Email your information to social media at dreamcatchers.com. So let's jump back over here to some more hair. We're getting towards the end.
So to answer that question, yes. Water is okay, but not where you're actually installing the extensions. So the reason why we say no, it might work for others, but not for us in our company, because we're really taking the health of the hair into consideration. When you're applying all of these, you really want the hair to be dry, because when the hair is wet, it actually clumps together and it, my mic, there we go. It clumps together and it's actually going to make it, the elasticity is different. It's more stretchy when it's wet versus when it's dry. So if you're pulling, remember like my tension on my scalp over here, it had a lot of elasticity. Your hair is also going to have that. So if you're pulling too much in your install and you're clamping it together, when that hair wants to go back to regular, it's going to be suffocated. But now what we say yes to is up on the top here. You can 100% mist down up through the top to keep this nice and neat, because it is a lot easier to get a clean, neat, precise line when you are wet. So if you section this when you're wet and then blow dry where you're going to actually apply the extensions, that's going to be ideal. You can also use a little bit of hairspray on the top here, but again, don't put it exactly where you're putting the extensions on the underneath. So yes, you can use different products to aid, but not where you're actually installing the actual methods. We see her, she's almost done. You can see her beautiful blend going on through here. So I'm gonna kind of brush it out. I'll probably do a little bit of cutting, but I'm not gonna show you because you're gonna have to see and go to our socials to see all of their afters.
Dorothy, there's a good question up there from Amber.
Ooh, Amber, what's Amber's question?
She noticed.
Amber, what's your question? Amber, oh, right there. I noticed on a weft client, her hair is becoming shorter, but the density is still there. Her hair grows out. It looks good. Any ideas as to what's happening and why I educate her? Hold on, let me reread this.
I noticed on a weft client that her hair is becoming shorter. Okay, this is a fabulous question, that the hair is becoming shorter even though it's growing in and you're not noticing any damage. The one thing I would probably say is, are you cutting her natural hair while she's wearing the extensions? A lot of people think that just because she's wearing extensions, or he, she, whatever, are wearing the extensions, that you don't really cut the natural hair. You forget about it. And so the disappointing thing in that is the ends still need to be cut because they still get split and stuff like that. So if it keeps splitting, the natural hair is not going to maintain the growth that it's actually doing, because it's going to be breaking on the underneath. Whereas the extensions are still, living perfectly and they're growing perfectly. They're not maintaining down here. So I would say that's going to be probably one of your number one things that that may be causing that. But also make sure, if they're using hot tools, to be gentle on their natural hair as well. Use heat protectant, use professional shampoos and conditioners at all costs. Please use professional everything. They're investing in their extensions. They need to invest in the product as well. So please do that. So I would say be gentle on your ends, use the proper product, be sure to keep trimming their hair even though that they are wearing extensions.
And moisturizing product is really important. So I know we're drawing to an end. We wish we could go on even more, but we are having our next live on July 24th. We are actually probably going to have some surprise stuff going on. This is really going to be a phenomenal live that we're going to do, so you want to make sure to join. Don't forget, if you still want to do the DC Live 25, that's going to be good till midnight tonight. Tomorrow, that deal is gone. So get signed up with us. You're also going to get 50% off your first order if you get signed up as well. So this is a phenomenal deal. So this has been fun.
This has been so fun. We're so excited. We love all of your guys' questions. We love connecting with you. We want to have those of you who aren't certified with DreamCatchers join our team. It's a lot of fun. We have closed Facebook groups. We do live Q&As and also new orientations for all of our stylists.
Every single month.
We really just try and help you, not necessarily holding your hand, but being there every step of the way so that you have somebody to reach out to and you're never unsure. So if you're not with us already, please join us, because it's a lot of fun. As you can tell, we both have a lot of fun, and you get great hair. Look at this beautiful blonde right through here. Dimensional. You can't even see where her natural stops and, her extensions start, which is the ideal situation.
And we're still going to be going a few. So go over to Instagram. They'll be posting some stories. You'll get to see the afters of all of these. So come check us out, and please join us next month. We'll see you next month. We love you guys. Thanks for joining. Bye.